Hello artists! For this project, I am taking the requests that I have been receiving from several of my students. And that request is to draw an Among Us character. Now of course, I always love to do what my students are interested in, but I also find it very important to teach you about art skills and how to make yourself unique. For this project, not only will we be drawing a character, but we're going to try and make it resemble ourselves. To get started, you're going to need some white paper, a pencil, and then something that you want to add color with. I have crayons because I'm going to be using them for color, but I will also be using my marker to trace over my drawing. To get started, I'm going to take my pencil and we are going to start with the little rectangular shaped, I will say, lens of the Among Us character. Starting a little bit down, almost halfway, I would say this is halfway down, a little bit above that, we are going to draw a horizontal line. Horizontal is just a fancy word which means going left to right or side to side. Notice it is not touching the side of the paper. I can fit about 2 of my fingers, and I have plenty of space on this side. From here, we're going to come down and down, and then close this up. If you want to make a shine mark, you can draw a shine mark by making like a little triangle in the corner. Next, we're going to create the shape of the body. We're going to make a short little line going up on this side, leaving plenty of space to make some headgear, and then we're going to go down over here. I'm trying to keep my drawing nice and large while also keeping space at the top and bottom. From here, we're going to do the other side of the body about as high as we are here and come down. Next, we're going to create the feet, which is just a curved line, one on this side, one on this side, trying to make them about the same, and then you're going to go up. Next, let's go ahead and connect the 2 legs. For our jetpack, you're going to start near the top of this line, sort of where the visor is, and you're going to come out. Maybe I'll make it a little bit thicker. Out a little further, then down and in. I made mine a little bit wider just so I have more room to create detail. I'm also going to add some pants on my character just so I can create some extra details to make it more like me. Before I draw the headpiece, I really want to think about myself. I have a lot of different interests. I like to go fishing, I like to go and spend time with friends and family, but I bet you know what my most favorite hobby is, and that's art. So for me and my character, I think I'm going to draw something art related for the headpiece. You might be more interested in sports or cooking or video games, so you might come up with your own design. Maybe you love going to the beach and you're going to draw a palm tree on its head. That's up to you. Remember, not only do I want to teach you how to draw certain things, but I also like to stress to my students how important it is to make things special to you. So let's create our own design for our head. I'm going to fast forward through my headpiece so that you can get started on yours. Here we have my personal Among Us character. I created an art palette with a crayon and paintbrush headband, and I've also created stars on some pants because I wanted to add some sort of pattern to make it a little bit more interesting. In my jetpack, or my booster pack, I drew a little baby Yoda, only because I absolutely love Baby Yoda, if you couldn't tell. And I put some macaroni noodles because macaroni and cheese is my favorite meal. I hope that your project does not look like mine because you are a different person. You should be drawing the things that you like the most on your character. Our next step, and I bet you know what it is, will be to trace over our project in the color black. If you don't have a black marker, you can use a black crayon or a pen or even your darkest color that you have. Alright, we're going to fast forward through me sharpening so that you can see our next step. Now that I have finished outlining, I'm going to put away my marker where it belongs and clean up my drawing a little bit. When I say clean up, I mean taking my pencil and looking for some areas where I might have to erase a little bit to get rid of the pencil line. This is something that artists do to keep their work nice and neat. What happens when you try and color over pencil, the graphite in the pencil, which is the point of your pencil, is soft and sometimes it mixes with the color that you're coloring with. Have you ever colored with a yellow crayon or marker on top of pencil? Sometimes it turns a grayish green. That's because the color of your pencil or the graphite is mixing with your crayon or marker. This can also happen with paint, so make sure you really clean up your picture if you are going to paint it. For my next step, I'm going to begin coloring my project. I have already spent so much time drawing and outlining my pictures, it only makes sense that when I color it, I put in just as much thought and effort. I am going to think about the colors that I love and the colors that I think are appropriate for my picture and begin planning it in my head before I color it on paper. For example, my favorite colors are red and black. So I think I am going to color the skin of my character red and maybe the pants black. I also am thinking about the colors I want to use for my macaroni and cheese booster, what colors I'll need for my baby Yoda. Maybe I'll pick a color that will look nice against the red for the crayon, and maybe all of the colors of the rainbow on my paint palette. Once I've colored in my whole character, that's when I need to think about what I will do for the background. It might make sense for me to color my background one color, or maybe if you have lots of space around your character, you could draw the spaceship and maybe some tasks for your character to complete. Since you are the artist, you have the choice. But I will say how important it is to make sure you actually include a background or do something with the white space around your picture. When making art, you need to think about all the corners of your paper and what's happening because you want your attention to go towards the picture. I'm going to color my picture for you so you can see what mine will look like complete. Take your time, make sure you're coloring in one direction and staying within the shapes that you've drawn, and you're giving me your best effort. I can't wait to see what yours looks like, and I hope you enjoy watching me finish my project.